4, 6. Yeah, I may have to go back to traveling with my paramotor until they get this cut a little bit. I'm not digging these grasses. Pulley. Doors locked. Doors locked. Road's clear. Clear to the pulley. A-line. And a mess of shit. Doors locked. Road's clear. Clear to the pulley. 8 lines and a mess of shit. Center yourself on the wing. Back it off. Posture, pressure, power. Off we go. It is a beautiful night. What a gorgeous night. Little bumpy down here still, but not bumpy. Thought I saw, well, I didn't think I see. I think it was a powered parachute that was up earlier. I'm just kind of turning looking for his flashers. Yeah, that launch is a little tricky. That field that they're using for hay is absolutely needing to be cut. and roll. Little clouds. First night flying in a t-shirt. Before I get any higher, I need to cross the road. The winds up here are a little bit, maybe 10 where I'm at, maybe 12. My wing flies at about 28, neutrally trimmed, and according to this new Stufly app that I'm interested in checking out, I'm doing a little over 40. And I'm doing the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do, and I'm flying downwind right now, as opposed to flying upwind. But upwind, in this particular location, I run out of outs really, really fast, right down by Granger. So while there is a corridor between the airspaces, I don't have outs to play with. And I didn't put my flotation on, so I'm going to have to stay high if I want to go check out the Memorial Day boaters. I know every video I'm going to keep saying this until I can figure out how to make it happen. There's got to be a donation amount that allows them to let me fly from this park. It's not owned by the city, so it's not like it's open to the public without permissions. But I would sure like to offer some financial support and get some permission to use this as an LZ. Hell, I could ride my motor over on my... I could just throw my Segway out and ride the motor over. Want to check out this lake and see what they're playing in. I'll keep my outs to my left, and I'm high enough to get a glide and turn into the wind, so not feeling like I can't go check it out. Wouldn't mind putting eyes on that powered parachute. What I'm wondering is, does this Stufly app actually give me the time of day at any point? Yes. So it's 8:40. Sun sets at 9:05. Technically, I can fly to 9:35. It's 8:40. So I can go a little bit this direction, but on my undulating field, I really don't think that I want to be full on dark when I land. So at 22 miles an hour, I probably can't go where I want to go because I launched later than I planned to. I'm going to gain a little bit of altitude here. No reason to do a full-powered climb, but I wanted tonight to be a little bit of a go up. We're going to climb. Also, if I get higher, I can go straight towards this water and make out to my left. Well, I failed to launch tonight, and I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's always your fault when you fail it. I'll take the blame. I didn't hit it hard enough for the wind that I had at the time. It was between gusts, but what happened was the wing came up and it just caught those 12, 13 inches of hay and weed, and it just felt all funky to me, so I didn't really hit it. There's a plane up there, below cloud level. Interesting. That's going to be a jet into South Bend. And it's flying over, what lake would that be? This is Eagle Lake. That's going to be over Elkhart. He's too high to be going into. He's too high to be going into Elkhart. That looks like the path that my Detroit to South Bend Delta flight takes. Well, Eagle Lake is busy. This crosswind fly and a little upwind. I'm right at about 26, somewhere in there, at 2,500 feet right now. And it's a little bumpy, but it's nothing big. I'm not feeling the need to reach up and grab hands. Boy, that's a nice field right there behind the church. But that's got to be planted, I would think. Just odd little runs in between it. My other LZ is on the other side of this lake, and it's a grass runway where I don't have that kind of line issue, but it does present other, like, rotary issues. And right now, with the sun getting close to the horizon, I could actually hear it. It's the first time today I've been cool, 2,800 feet. Eagle Lake. Well, I'm glad my issue didn't result in screwed up lines. Because if you'd have asked me, I'd have said it absolutely would have, because it sure sounded like it. I wonder if I had a couple lines that got caught on my Hunter strobe on the top spar. That may have been a little saving lucky grace there. But everything sure looks good. I had to straighten out the lines because when I got unclipped and picked it up, my risers came on the left side. Somehow I got them through all my lines, so had to go through those and then kite it just to make sure that everything I did was correct. So I think we'll put hands on here. Well, that one I came out of the energy all right. I don't know. We're just going to coast down here a little bit. There you can see on the horizon where it flattens out and Lake Michigan kind of is. Those fields up straight to my right would be my outs, because I am coming down lower. Sometimes I like to kind of just come up to different heights, put my hands up, just kind of glide, see where my actual, when I'm thinking outs and I could do this field, what's my glide rate really look like? Could I really do that? And I could absolutely do these fields to my right. My curiosity is, if I got in serious trouble, where that road comes out, there's about a soccer field size yard, and that, well, I was going to call it a McMansion, but it's kind of just a big mansion. So easily there. Trying to look for the ground separation. I feel like I'm not high enough for the fields across the road. Some cool boats out there. Oh, turbulence here. Little turbulence right there. I'm not believing that speed at all, to be honest. Unless I just came into a 20-mile-an-hour wind. I guess I could have hit a gust. There's lots of buildup still over this way. Definitely much, much, much warmer down here at 1,200 feet. And I could have used that little strip. Even I'm good enough to land there. I might not be able to take off there, but I could land there. Now I gotta do some steering around some homes so that I don't have the FAA calling. This road looks like a non-homed exit. Bumpy down here. I'm getting some rotor. Nice houses there. Never did see that powered parachute. It flew south. Maybe if it's end numbered. I don't know anything about that sport pilot powered parachute deal. Maybe if it's end numbered, they're allowed to go into some airspace that I'm not. I don't know. Or maybe he just chose to take the risk of flying through that corridor without really having any outs. Going up. Wanna A, get away from some of those bumps, and B, get to where I could land on the other side of this little track home area. I don't know that I've ever really seen that. Huh. I could probably get excited about this White House here if all those parts and pieces came with it, including this big field. Yeah, the wind's definitely strong. I'm pointed straight this way, so I'm pointed right at South Bend. I'm flying that way. So if you look at the ground, definitely flying the other direction. When all these fields get grown up, harder to find your outs. Wonder if that's a herd of deer down there or just some brown spots. I think. Let's go see. Got a little time yet. It is 9 o'clock, almost. I still can't tell. But I do know it's going to be sunset at some point. It says flight time of 48 minutes. That is incorrect because it's counting my failed launch as flight time. It's interesting, even in your own town, there are houses you just didn't know existed, and roads you don't know where they were there. I mean, there's a cool place over it, right on the other side of this pond, and I'm sure it looks tiny on. Well, now I'm going with the wind, and I'm going to kick up to 40 miles an hour. We'll be there in a second. This house over here, like just kind of tucked away, digging that. Get up high. Getting bounced a little bit. Put my hands back on. LZ off in the distance. Definitely bumping through the occasional thermal still. And it's not sharp. It's just like a funk. You feel funk. Ooh. Yep. Weird. Got a little odd right there. Yep. And I'm not going to be able to go up. I had my eyes on these little clouds. Thought it might be cool to, as they dissipate to go over there. I don't really have a good path to get there. I'm right on the edge of the Elkhart airspace. It kind of starts at that lake at Garver. Those are all going to dissipate by the time I made it up there anyway. Just falling apart. come down a little bit as I start to come up on South Bend. It is 2 minutes to official sunset. Technically, I can fly half hour after. Thought the sunset might give me some pretty stuff tonight, but just fell into the haze and never really reddened anything. Wind looks to be almost straight out of the south right now. Unless I'm just can't see, but it sure looks that way. Sure looks that way. And it picked up, for sure, for sure. About 12 right where I'm at right now, which is not very high. At 11:20, probably only 350 feet. Yep, and I thought it was straight out of the south. It's not. It isn't. On the ground, it's not doing much of anything. Maybe wait for a little cycle. Mess around behind my house. It's not a day to be low. Not right there. Definitely some bumps. It'd be nice if my wife showed a little bit of interest when I flew by. Hey, look, there's that. Okay. I see the wind. I see it. I see it. Bumpy, bumpy. With that wind, the rotor's coming off the trees across the field. Alrighty. Definitely some bumps there. So I'm going to have to do the whole wires over the trees, over the stuff type of deal, I think. So there's a wind cycle that looks good. How much out of the south is it? Straight out of the south? Is it a little out of the south? It's almost straight out of the south. So I'm going to walk it a little bit and land a little flatter, I think. I think I'm going to land it a little flatter. Hands up. Get ready to run. Flare, flare, flare. Uh-oh. Flare, flare, flare. Why am I not doing that well? I don't do that well.